How did I find the pros and how did I find sales? So I got into sales after I graduated with my BA in marketing. And my dad was like, I don't care what you do, just get a job that's gonna pay you. So I said, okay, and I ended up getting that job selling or setting leads for like windows and siding and roofs. And then my buddy called me and said, I'm making good money in security. And it was kind of like the Wolf of Wall Street, show me a check and I'll come work with you. So he shows me his bonus check, and I immediately told him to give me his boss's number. He gave me his number. It was my first summer out there, and I said, if Andre can do it, I can do it. And he was like, excuse me? I said, if he can do it, I can do it. He was like, well, he's one of our top reps. I said, if he can do it, I can do it. Send me the address. Packed up my car, packed up my dog, and dipped out. Went to Louisville, and it was all she wrote after that. I care about my reps more than I care about money. So at the end of the day, if you want to build the right culture and you want to build the opportunity that I had, you have to have the right tools, right? And the amount of money I could make as a dealer, I'd have to give up a majority of it just to be able to get all the right tools that the pros have. And payrolls, you know what I mean? And I hated doing payroll. So it was a relief when it was like, I don't have to worry about payroll anymore. I'm spending a ton of money on Sales Rabbit when you have your own version of Sales Rabbit, a ton of money on the CRM when you have your own CRM. You know, it's like the amount of money I'm giving up to buy everything that the pros have, it was a wash. So it was just more beneficial, and they have the culture, you know, and at the end of the day, I want my reps to make good money. And in order to do that, you have to have the right pieces. How I found the pros was, it was after one of my installers left me holding about $200K with no payment, and I got recruited by the pros. They happened to call at the right time at the right place, and God puts everything in the right spot at the right time on his time. So I got a phone call, and after that phone call, that's all she wrote. I was like, hey, if this is what it's supposed to be, this is what it's supposed to be. I got one last shot at this. If it's gonna work, it's gonna work. If not, then, you know, we'll figure something else out. But at the end of the day, it was, you know, on God's time. What's it take to be an elite door-to-door sales rep? I think the most undervalued quality that I would say you have to have is self-confidence. The amount of negativity you deal with on the doors, you have to be able to compartmentalize that. And if you're not able to do that, then life is gonna life and you're gonna crumble. I do know that I'm gonna draft a bunch of people that probably wouldn't have been drafted, and we got a chip on our shoulder. So just like anything else, you know, like where I knock and how I knock and everybody else that I'm about to draft, it's gonna be a surprise. It's gonna be a surprise. So
you think you're the underdog in the competition?
Oh, hands down. I know I'm the underdog in the competition. You know, I've been in the industry for a minute, but I kind of just do my own thing. I like life and I like time more than I like money now. So I didn't ever have to worry about selling 50 or, you know, like in a quarter just to be able to have fun and do that, because I value my time more than anything else. So, but now there's an opportunity to kind of just make a name and kind of do it all over again. And I'm at a stage in my life where it's like, why not? You know what I mean? Like, I have my kids, I have my life, I'm blessed. So it's like, hey, let's hustle, let's go back to work. We're gonna bite kneecaps. We're biting kneecaps, we're gonna keep on biting kneecaps, and we're gonna keep on biting kneecaps, man. We're gonna knock when people normally don't knock, and everybody says that, but at the end of the day, from my understanding, we're going off of, you know, deals that come to fruition, not just how many deals we sign, right? So at the end of the day, I think what builds that championship culture is everybody has the eye on the prize. You know what I mean? The people that you draft are gonna have to have as much confidence in their captain as you have in the last pick in the draft. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, I think the leaders probably have the most pressure on them, because it's going to be a lead by example type competition, and that's really what I'm kind of going for. You know, I'm just going to go out there and do my job, and everybody else is going to fall in place. I wasn't here last year for it. What I'm expecting is hustle. It's just hustle. You know, like a lot of people have already said, you know, this is the top of the top, if you want to call it that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. You only have 7v7. You know what I mean? So whatever happens, happens, but you better be the one that's climbing up on top.